of our service. So I'm going to turn it over here to Reverend Karen Allen.
Lighting the flames of faith, a call to service. We perform this ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all peoples and all faiths, all sentient beings, come from the one great universal presence, which we call spirit. Fundamental to this truth is the unifying nature of all religious thought and experience, which we honor here today. We light the candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We light the candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the candle for Islam, honoring the path of compliance with the will of God as the highest calling. We light the candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the candle for all forms of new thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. As practitioner, Patrick Freeman lights the last candle. Let it represent the path that brought you this morning.
And thank you so much, Karen. That was beautiful. Please, if you will join us now on our first sing along song called Everything is Beautiful.
Everything is beautiful in its own way, like a starry summer night or snow-covered winter's day. Everybody's beautiful in their own way. Under God's heaven, the world's gonna find a way.
Again.
Everything is beautiful in its own way, like a starry summer night or snow-covered winter's day. Everybody's beautiful in their own way. Under God's heaven, the world's gonna find a way. Everything is beautiful in its own way, like a starry summer night or a snow-covered winter's day. Everybody's beautiful in their own way. And under God's heaven, the world's gonna find a way. And under God's heaven, the world's gonna find a way.
All right, would like to introduce our musicians this morning. We have on guitar Ed Cusby, on bass Bill Dixon, drums David Page. Our song leaders and our soloists this morning are the wonderful Karen Allen and Rick Dale. I'm Diane King Van over here on the keys, and now it's your turn to stand up, stretch those legs, and join us on another sing-along song, an original by our very own Karen and Rick called The Fountain of Joy.
I used to live in the future. I once dwelled in the past, with never a thought for the moment, till I found the secret at last. Now I get the most out of living by giving back to the one. Fulfillment is all in believing. By speaking my word, it is done. I am a fountain of joy. High on this mountain of love, I vow to say yes to happiness, 'cause I've saved the best for now.
And time to meet and greet your neighbor. Go say hello. And get ready to come back to your seats because we have more singing to do. And here we are.
There is no time like the present. There is no day like today. No matter what's wrong in this instant, it changes whenever I say, I am a fountain of joy. High on this mountain of love, I vow to say yes to happiness, 'cause I've saved the best for now. I am blessed with happiness, 'cause I've saved the best for now.
Good morning. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living. My name is Karen Allen. I am a staff minister here at the center. And we believe here that there are as many paths to God as there are people in this room. And we are so blessed that you have chosen to be here this morning. Let's start with prayer. So knowing that there is only one, that one life, that one light, that one love, it is present right in this room and wherever we are. It is all-knowing, all-powerful, and it moves and breathes in, through, and as each one of us. For we are its expression. We are its love. We are its delight. And so what I know is that this service this morning is absolutely filled with love, filled with God, filled with a consciousness of that one perfection. And that each one here receives a gift in consciousness, a gift in the heart, a gift in the mind by means of the music, the message, the fellowship, a simple handshake, a simple glance. Each one leaves here knowing that they are loved and loved. And so I give great thanks for this time together and for each beautiful soul here. And I simply let it go. It is done. And please join me in saying, and so it is. And now I would like to invite Aiden Greeny up to the platform for our affirmation.
Good morning. So I'll read it once, and then we'll all read it together on the screens. Today I choose to be a place where the loving kindness can exist in the world. I am kind, I forgive, and I seek out and find beauty wherever I look, and so it is. Today I choose to be a place where the loving kindness can exist in the world. I am kind, I forgive, and I seek out and find beauty wherever I look, and so it is.
Thank you, Aiden. And now, please welcome our dynamic duo, Karen Allen and Rick Dale.
Gladly walk across the desert with no shoes upon my feet to share with you the last bite of bread I had to eat. I would swim out to save you in your sea of broken dreams. When all your hopes are sinking, let me show you what love means. Love can build a bridge between your heart and mine. Love can build a bridge. Don't you think it's time? Don't you think it's time? I would whisper love so loudly every heart could understand. That love and only love can join the tribes of man. I would give my heart's desire so that you might see. The first step is to realize that it all begins with you and me. Love can build a bridge between your heart and mine. Love can build a bridge. Don't you think it's time? Don't you think it's time? When we stand together, it's our finest hour. We can do anything,
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 anything.
keep on believing in the power.
Love can build a bridge
between your heart and mine.
Love can build a bridge. Don't you think it's time? Don't you think it's time? Love can build a bridge. Love can build a bridge between your heart and mine. Yeah, yeah. Love can build a bridge. Don't you think it's time? Don't you think it's time? Right now. Don't you think it's time? Don't you think it's time? Don't you think it's time? Don't you think it's time?
Allendale. And now please welcome Reverend Heather Dawn Clark.
Thank you, Karen and Rick. That's one of my favorites, and you just nailed it. It was so good. What a great idea. Love can build a bridge between your heart and mine. Well, let's say it the other way. Love is building a bridge between your heart and mine. Look at the person beside you and say that with me. Love is building a bridge between your heart and mine. Let's try it again with the person on the other side. Love is building a bridge between your heart and mine. Doesn't that feel good? It's the truth about you. It's the truth about you. Oh, it's such a good way to start. We're in a new month, and I just wanted to share with you the whole statement from our global vision, which is we envision a world that has renewed its emphasis on beauty, nature, and love. Renewed its emphasis on beauty, nature, and love through the resurgence of creativity, art, and aesthetics. So this whole month is about creativity, art, and aesthetics. And today we're talking about love because we envision a world which has renewed its emphasis on beauty, nature, and love. And where does everything start? Point to yourself. Starts within us, starts in me, it starts in you. So everything starts in here. There are no exceptions. And I wanted to begin with a story that I found last night. I think it's a love story because, as Dr. Holmes says, that love can be a love of art, can be love of family, can be love of spouse, significant other, or love of nature, love of humanity. And this was a true story. In 1979, when he was 16 years old, Jadev Payeng saw something on the, and pardon the pronunciation, something on the banks of the river Brahmaputra that made him cry. Thousands of snakes and reptiles dying on a barren sandbar where they had washed up after a flood. Jadev, who goes by the nickname Molai, made it his mission to prevent other animals in the region from dying in the same manner. Now, other than Roy Dixon, Judy Dixon, June and Greg Dixon, there aren't a whole bunch of people that I know that would have felt that from seeing all these reptiles washed up and dying, but he did feel that. And so he went to the Indian government and they didn't see his vision. They said, sorry, we can't help you. But he decided to do it anyway. So he persisted for 30 years. For 30 years, planting trees and even importing ants to create an ecosystem that would thrive on its own. In 2008, it was discovered by authorities who were chasing a herd of 115 elephants. They were surprised and impressed at what he had accomplished. It is now named the Malai Forest, and home to dozens of different species, including tigers, rhinoceroses, deer, rabbits, and apes. And I presume the reptiles also. That was the whole reason that his heart was broken in the first place. Isn't that a beautiful love story? It's a story of persistence and commitment, which is what love is about. Persistence and commitment to, that's what our principle is about. Practice, practice, practice. Persist. Have a vision and move toward that vision regardless of what you see on the outer. Because what so faithfully you envision on the inner must manifest if you are bringing gratitude and love to every instant and move forward toward your vision by taking appropriate action. Good to see you, Ashley. What a great day. I in my prayer this morning, I mentioned that I'm going to see people that I haven't seen for a long time. How good is this? Fantastic. So what I know is that all of us are connected. We're connected in that one mind, which is the life of God, and its nature is love. So if you get wrapped up in something in life, remind yourself that back of this, back of whatever is going on, love is. Love is. God is. Life is. It's going on no matter what. And persist in that vision. It is so, Wallace Waddles says, it is the hardest thing in the world to do. And that's why most people don't do it. Sustained, persistent thought regarding something that is not appearing. Let me say that again. Sustained, persistent thought about what you do want when it isn't what you're seeing. Hardest work in the world, but the most valuable work in the world. And we are the ones to do it because we understand the nature of life and the nature of God, which is always saying, yes, my beloved, yes, my beloved, yes, my beloved. One of my favorite stories about persistence is the story of the donkey that really was a powerful prayer. I'm telling you, the story of the donkey who was kind of a rascal donkey, and um, his owner was fed up with him, and so that he fell into a deep well. And the owner said, "Oh, just I'm going to call my neighbors and going to just bury him. He's just a pain, and he's no good for nothing." So his neighbors came and they started putting dirt down the well, and they were going to just bury this donkey alive. And meanwhile, the donkey is braying and braying, and then they notice he isn't saying anything, and he finally looks down. The donkey isn't giving up at all. What he is doing with each shovelful of dirt, he's stomping on it and making a higher platform till at the last he's able to just step right out of that well. Right? Persistence. Persistence. So, is there dirt being shoveled your way that maybe you could step on and, and step right out? Step right out into the good of your life, into the vision of your life. Ernest Holmes says, and because this topic is love, he says, there is nothing cold about the science of mind. And there isn't. If you think about it, the principle is impersonal, but the spirit itself is very personal. It's the most personal thing there is, for it's love. And it isn't a puny kind of sometimes love, it's unconditioned, an unconditional love all the time, everywhere present. So it's right where we are in this very room and through and as each one of us. I had lots of opportunity to practice this week, as I'm sure you all did. I'll share a couple of things. My sister, next Saturday is going to be the memorial service for my mom. So I'm flying back to Canada on Tuesday and spending the week helping and getting things in order and helping with the service. And my sister Kathy has been away in France for a couple of weeks, and then my sister Cheryl was also away in France for a whole month. So it was pretty quiet communication among the three of us. And last week, when Kathy was back and in full gear, she wrote flurries of emails, and somehow her email address had changed from her name to the letter L. Her name is Kathy Hoynes. There's no L in there. So it's like, who is this L and why do they keep writing to me? But anyway, I did look at it. It was like, good thing I did, because there were all of these questions about what do you think we should do about this and what. And I thought, well, I'm going to be there Tuesday afternoon. That's plenty of time. We can make the decisions then. Notice what I said. I thought about it. I didn't take action. I didn't reply and say, well, we could wait until Tuesday when I'm there and then we could do this. Instead, I just assumed that she would know, because when she asked me when I was coming, I told her when I was arriving and what the flight number was, what time it was coming in. But what she felt was abandoned. Here she has 4 other siblings and no one's helping her. And I'm so sorry, because my intention is to help, to love, to be one, not to be further a further problem, but rather to be part of the solution. So and so we were talking about the points, point by point, as I'm looking at her email and we're talking on the phone. And she said, you see, just having this discussion made it so much better for me. And she did make a couple of changes in her thoughts because of the discussion, but mostly what she had decided, they were all good choices. But she felt like she was no longer alone. Now, I happen to know that now she has an international plan. She could have called me, but I'm taking full responsibility for me to have not assumed she could read my mind long distance But to pick up the phone and say, we can talk about this Tuesday when I get there, would have been a very loving thing to do. And because it's about love, I put that out to you. Is there something that you're expecting someone to read your mind about because they love you, that maybe a word or two would be appropriate? Maybe asking for what you want would be specifically appropriate. It's all about love. It's all about love. And the nature of this divine is love. We, when we remember that, and when we remember that because this thing is all knowing and all power, whatever it is that we faithfully envision in mind and take action towards must become our experience. But it's up to us to faithfully take the action. It's up to us to faithfully take the action. It's up to us to keep envisioning it, even in the muck and mire of things, as Emerson says. Something sings. Something sings, even in the muck and mire of things. Auguste Rodin said about art the following. Oh, it was right here in my hand. The main thing is to be moved, to love, to hope, to tremble, to live. The main thing is to be moved, to love, to hope, to tremble, to live. This is an artist on art. And just as Reverend Karen said, that there are as many paths up that spiritual mountain as there are people in the world, but definitely in here, there are as many definitions of art by every artist that there is, and all the different kinds of art. But I think that most would agree that the passion, the love, is incredibly important. So we learn to follow our bliss, do what you love, and the money will follow. Do what you love, and the money will follow. So if you're doing what you love, then the good will come. This month I have an article in Science of Mind magazine in the back section after the, oh, thank you very much. I actually wrote about generosity, and if you just read it even briefly, you'll see who I was writing about, because I'm moved by generous people. And so I was writing about someone that you know very well, but I'm not going to name names because you might all be thinking, oh, it's me. And that's good. Maybe it is you. But that generosity, and what I know here, that our people, you are generous. You're generous of spirit. You're generous of giving financially. You're generous of giving your time and talent. And this last week, I had to ask our staff. I chose our board of trustees, looked at our finances and said, we need to make some strategic moves because we're spending more than it's coming in. And so I went to every staff member and I said, we're cutting your salary 10%. But I'm thinking of it as a compulsory savings program, because our intention, our vision is at the end of the year, December 31st, we'll look at where we've come and how well we've done, and everyone's salaries will be able to be reimbursed and restored to their current amount. Yeah? And so it is. And what I'm talking about is the generosity of our musicians, the generosity of the people who are in this room, the people who we pay to do their jobs, they're professionals. And each one said, yes, I love this place. I'm committed to this place. So meanwhile, how you can help us is by seeing the vision with us. That's the greatest thing you can do, is to see the vision of this place just thriving and being of service. Because if there's no gift being given here, there's no reason for people to come. The gift is what you take home with you. The gift is what you put into practice in your life. The gift is being able to see, oh, just like she says every Sunday, I could start to see that person as the divine. I could start seeing my husband or wife as the presence and power of God. I could start seeing that person that really is annoying at work. I could see them as God in expression. And for all of us, here's a really easy place to practice: in your car when you're by yourself and someone is in more of a hurry than you are and cuts you off in traffic. Then you're called to see the presence of God. Right then, you're called to see it. Kathy Story has a great story personal story about this. When she was first in class, so that's a long time ago, because she's been a practitioner for a long time. She was, that was the one place where she would let loose, and she would, by herself in her car, would let the other drivers know what she thought of them. And what she came to realize by being in class was God is listening to every word she says. God's listening to every word you say, everything you think. So there's no escaping that. If you love this presence and want to honor this presence, your mouth gets clean, right? Your mouth gets clean. You start speaking with love, seeing the greatness of all the people around you, even when they forget. You're called to see it, to do something from it, with it. Now, another thing that we're going to be doing this month, Julie Isola is organizing this for me, and I've called everyone who is an artist to send a digital something, one piece of their work, so that we can put it on either our Facebook page or maybe our website. Look at it, Harry, because he might be the one that does this, so that we can all see the amazing creativity in this room. So far, I've received pictures of a full-size doll, clothing, shoes, and everything, just gorgeous, of a video of the art, a couple of photos of giant size pieces. So if you didn't get the memo, you're all invited to do this. But because I'm going to be away this week, you'll need to directly send it to Julie. And I'll be here tomorrow, so if you need particulars, let me know. And for those of you who are in performing arts, you could send an MP3, or you could send a video, or it doesn't stop with just the visual artists. Every kind of art, let's celebrate the creativity that we are, because it's amazing. I know that there are jewelry makers here that have beautiful, beautiful things to share and to show. So let's show the world who we are. The love that God is as you is more fully expressed by means of you. So in other words, you give God, well, Pat Campbell wrote a book about, you give God a good time. You give God a good time when you express more of yourself. When you express your creativity, God is more fully expressed by means of you. And I declare that good and very good right here, right now. So we give thanks for generosity. We give thanks for persistence. We hold fast to the vision for our own personal lives. and for the lives of everyone in our community. And then we move forward. We take the next step. And one of the things I love about Wallace Wattles, he says, if you think you're in the wrong job, do the best you can in that place. Do the best you can right there. And when you're doing the best you can and taking appropriate action right there, the right things will come to you. And I know that there are people in this room that have demonstrated that time after time after time. Fred was telling us at the board meeting that his company was rearranged a while back, and because of that, he received a blessing of being in the right place at the right time. He didn't do anything at that time except his beingness was one of accepting good and not being released like however many others were. But it's like accepting every single thing that comes your way is God in expression, God in action. And it's all there for your good, for your good, for your well-being. I celebrate you right now. I celebrate us. I know that this is the moment for us to flourish. And so it is. Thank you. Diane's going to set us up for prayer, and then I'm going to pray for all of us in the first person.
Be still and know that you are God. Be still and know that you are. Be still and know that you are God. Be still and know. Believe and know that you are God. Believe and know that you are. Believe and know that you are God. Believe and know. Believe and know that you are loved. Believe and know that you are loved. Believe and know that you are loved. Believe and know.
In this holy moment of right now, I remind myself that this one that is love is ever power, and that it is right where I am. It's in me, through me, and as me, in and through, and as all beings. And so I speak my word with conviction, knowing my oneness with this power, knowing that this word is a word of power and must take form. I speak it in the first person for each one here to accept whatever it is for you. So this is what I know. I know first and foremost that I'm the wholeness of the divine. I'm the ageless being. I am that which is radiating health and vitality, energy and aliveness. Youthful, free, strong, flexible, powerful, I am. And furthermore, I am that divine love that is God's expression of itself. I am that love. And I am that love, so I give more love. I attend to the people in my world with love. I communicate with love, and I communicate often and easily and well and from the heart, authentically. I am that love in expression. I love in a greater way than I ever have. and it is visible. My whole being vibrates with that awareness of love. And I know that I prosper, for I am the abundance of the divine. I am filled with the awareness of God's goodness. And I am so grateful for that goodness, whatever form, in every way. I'm grateful for the increased wealth, the increased flow of divine substance, the increase in money and good of all kinds. I'm so grateful for it. And I speak this word for the abundant supply of creativity, for I know that I am blessed with the creative process, that creativity moves through me to right ideas and then to right action. I know that I persistently pursue my dreams, knowing that they are a blessing to each and every other person, every person in my life, my family, my friends, my colleagues, the city of San Clemente, and the entire United States and the world. Everyone is blessed because I am. And from that place of high consciousness, I give great thanks. I give great thanks for any healing, which is simply a revealing of the spiritual truth. I give great thanks for the love that is present, for the compassion and kindness that is present. I give great thanks for it all. I know that this is a place of love, and I'm so very grateful. With my heart filled with gratitude, I simply release this word to the action and activity of divine law. It is complete. And please help me anchor this by saying with me, and so it is.
And now please welcome back Alan Dale.
A song by Michael Gott. Got music? Just one life, that's all that we've been given here. Just one chance to make a difference where we live. I'm just one man, I'm only human, but only human means I've got a lot to give. Love can move the world like the moon in the sky moves the sea. Love can cause the wars to cease. Love can move this world to peace. It's a tide that begins with you and me. Love can move the world as the warmth of the sun moves a tree. Feel the wind of love increase as we move this world to peace. Come love the world with me. Look around, there's someone hurting near you. Look around, there must be something you can do. Look within you, find your spirit. To change the world, there's got to be a change in you. Love can move the world as the moon in the sky moves the sea. Love can cause the wars to cease. Love can move this world to peace. It's a tide that begins with you and me. Love can move the world as the warmth of the sun moves a tree. Feel the wind of love increase as we move this world to peace. Come love the world with me. Love can move the world as the moon in the sky moves the sea. Love can cause the wars to cease. Love can move this world to peace. It's the tide that begins with you and me. Whoa, love can move the world as the warmth of the sun moves the trees. Feel the wind of love increase as we move this world to peace. Come love the world with me. Come love the world with me.
Fantastic. And if the stewards would come forward, it's time for us to share our gifts, our tithes, our offerings. Just take a moment, no matter what you're giving, if you're just going to put love in the basket, fill your heart with that love. Fill right up. And with gratitude. Gratitude for all the good there is, for all the beauty there is, for all the art there is, for all the creativity there is. And from that place, let's please repeat after me. Divine love in me.
Divine love in me.
Blesses and consecrates.
Blesses and consecrates
all that I am.
all that I am.
All that I have.
All that I have.
All that I give.
All that I give.
I give with love.
I give with love.
And I love to give.
I love to give.
And so it is.
So it is.
For all those times you stood by me, for all the truth that you made me see, for all the joy you brought to my life, for all the wrong that you made right, for every dream you made come true, for all the love I found in you. Be forever thankful, God. You're the one who held me up, never let me fall. You're the one who saw me through it all. God is my strength when I am weak. God is my voice when I cannot speak. God is my eyes when I cannot see. God sees the best there is in me. Lifts me up when I cannot reach. God gives me faith as He believes I'm everything I am, because God loves me. He gave me wings and made me fly. Touched my hand, I could touch the sky. I lost my faith, gave it back to me. He said no star was out of reach. Stood by me and I stood tall. I had God's love, I had it all. I'm grateful for each day He gave me. Maybe I don't know that much, but I know this much is true. I was blessed because I was loved by you. God is my strength when I am weak, is my voice when I cannot speak. God is my eyes when I cannot see, and sees the best there is in me. Lifts me up when I cannot reach. God gives me faith to believe I'm everything I am because God is me. God is always there for me, the tender wind that carried me, a light in the dark, shining its love into my life. God is my inspiration through the lies. God is the truth. My world's a better place because of you. My strength when I am weak, my voice when I cannot speak, my eyes when I cannot see. Always sees the best in me, lifts me up when I cannot reach. God gives me faith as He believes I'm everything I am because I am loved. Strength when I am weak, it is the voice when I cannot speak. It is my eyes when I cannot see, and it is the best in me. Lifts me up when I cannot reach. God gives me faith as He believes I'm everything I am because God loves me. I am everything I am with God inside me. God as me. God. Thank you. Now let's get those kidlets in here.